at Classwork 8 from our Classwork folio. You can see there it's a drill guide, and we're going to be modelling that one. So, like we've always done, up for a new design. We've got one here that's untitled. I'm just going to select Save. First up, Classwork 8. Make sure it's in the right location. Click Save. And we can then start modelling. Now I want to start modelling probably from the view of A, which is actually sort of the left-hand side. So I'm going to toggle my navigation cube around till we see left, select that, go up to New Sketch, and create that drawing. And let's start with a rectangle. Before I do, I might just close our data panel. Gives us a bit more space. So, rectangle. After rectangle, we've got the height there is 26, and the length there is 114. Select Enter. E for Extrude. I'm going to drag that out, and that is 64 millimeters deep, and select Enter. We're now going to go on our left side again. Okay, create another sketch. I want to come in 18, so I'm just going to go with Line Tool, 18 along the bottom, at 0 degrees, and then I'm going to start another rectangle. My rectangle, actually what I might do is just escape and go with the Line Tool and do another 18 back this way. That's going to be easier on the maths. And now I can grab the rectangle tool. If I go pretty close to that, it's going to tell me what it is. It's going to be 78. So I want 12 up, 78 across, and I'm going to select Enter. Then want to extrude that, so E for Extrude, and cut that back through the work plane, and again that goes 64, and Enter, and if we toggle our view around we can see there we've cut straight through. I'm now going to go to the front, which is the view from B. I'm going to draw on here, so add a new sketch, and we're going to start off with a rectangle 12 high, starting from the bottom, the full length, and 12. I'm going to find the middle of that one, just with the Line Tool. We'll go from the middle straight down. Might zoom in so that we can see the detail here a little bit easier. So we now have our two halves. I then want to do a rectangle that comes out 20 from either side of halfway. So I might go with the Line Tool first up. And you go line one way 20. And then I'm going to grab the rectangle tool, and my rectangle is 12 deep by 40 long, and select Enter. Now if we look at the plans here, you can see this is on a little bit of an angle, which we don't have just yet. We now need lines going 14 in either direction. Followed by lines going then from the top corner down to meet our 14 point. Now we can trim. I'm just going to select T for trim, and what I want to trim out is this inside shape in here, so I can trim the rest of this off. So we can get rid of all of these lines on the outside here. We probably don't really need to get rid of all of them, but we can. So we'll clean it up, and why not? And we have our shape there. E for extrude. Then I select that shape, toggle my view. Now this, I want to cut through the first end there. Now it doesn't tell us whether it cuts through the back or not. We're going to assume that it does, and we're going to drag this the full length, 114. So it's actually a negative number, 114, and we're going to click cut, OK. We now have our V shape cut out. So if we look from this view, you can see that we've got a side rectangle, and it looks like a bit of a keyway cut out through the end here. On our top view, we're going to add a drawing. We're going to draw the circle towards the rear. Circle, if we go to the R for rectangle tool, we want to come across 32 and 24 out. So 24 out, across 32, which gives us halfway. Enter, C for circle, and place it on there, diameter of 12, enter, T for trim. It's just a habit I get into in removing the excess lines. Makes changing sketches and drawings a little bit easier and less confusing if you have to come back and modify something. E for extrude, I'm going to select my circle there. I'm going to drag that through. I'm just going to make sure that that's come out the other side there. And select OK. Now it's time for us to actually put in an angled work plane so that we can drill, or so that we can draw, sorry, the drill portion, the guide portion. So I'm actually going to go up to construct. I'm going to go with a plane at an angle. I'm going to select that. I'm going to select this front edge, and I can now tilt the plane any direction I like. Now I know our plan says 45 degrees. I think we're going to go with 60 degrees. It's going to give us a more accurate drawing. So we're going to go with 60 degrees. I'm going to select OK. I now need to select that plane. You can see plane 1 is selected down the bottom right hand side here. And I'm going to add a sketch. So now I'm actually sketching on the angle. Okay, so the plane is flat, and I'm drawing straight onto it. I'm going to start in the middle with a line. Our line's going to come out 20. Enter. Rectangle. From that point, the rectangle needs to come up 20 and across 40. And we're going to select enter. From there, we actually need a circle on top here. So I'm just going to go C for circle. I'm going to find the middle point of our line here. Drag this straight out so our diameter is 40. Once again. A second circle on the inside here with a diameter of 22. And click enter. We now need to trim. So because there's a hole in the middle, we need to have that uninterrupted. We don't need the top of our rectangle, nor do we need the bottom part of our circle. And you can see now we have our rounded top, flat base with a hollow. I'm now going to go with E for extrude. Select that surface and that drawing. We can pull that right back down through our plane. Now if I just change my direction here a little bit, we want that to come right the way through. We don't want it to cut, we want it to join. And we're going to select OK. Now you can see we've got a bit of an issue in that our extrusion has come right the way through and our hole actually hasn't gone through at all. So a couple of things we're going to do to fix this up. I'm going to select our side again, put a new sketch on. I'm going to draw a line from one point to the other. Now you can see this is going to cut off some of, but not all of, our last extrusion. So instead, I'm going to trim that line out. I'm going to draw a couple of lines. I'm going to come down this way, link that in there, press E for extrude, and select that shape. I'm going to drag that all the way through the work plane until I can see that it's gone. It's well and truly cut through. I'm going to select OK. We now have removed the bottom portion of that extrusion. The last thing we need to do is we want to E for extrude again, and I'm going to come over to sketches and turn that second last sketch on, because I want to select the circle and I want to extrude that all the way through. Again, just going to toggle my view so that I can see that we're coming through far enough. We want it to go all the way through. We're going to cut and select OK. So now we can see our hole goes all the way through and it meets our other hole down the bottom. That's fine. And there we have our completed classwork. So I'll fit that to screen so we can see what it looks like. We'll turn off that sketch and we are complete. So select save and OK, and that's Classwork 8.